Hey everybody, back with a new episode of Babylon 5. Last episode, they brought back the death of personality concept, which I was surprised that they touched on again, but they deepened it a little bit, made it even more complicated than when they first introduced it, with Brother Andrew having previously been a serial killer and then his new personality being completely different and of service and a family of someone that he'd killed wanting to remind him of what he did, and that making him feel terrible for knowing that he did something he couldn't remember, and relating that to the judgment that he would get from God, and not even knowing that he needed to be judged for something. And I like that he found some sort of peace in the fact that he could walk through Gethsemane, pass through Gethsemane, like he wanted to know if he would ever be able to do, if it would come to it. But at the same time, that feels kind of weird to say, that I'm happy that a serial killer found peace. It's just a complicated issue that I think they showed really well, just how difficult something like that would be to enact. And there's no way to cover all your bases when you're talking about like trying to do something for the good of everyone, including the people that it affected, the perpetrator themselves, society as a whole. It's just a lot. And I like what they did. And then with Lita coming back, way different, better. She's got gills, but all of her like what was her appendix was enlarged or something like that. She had like medical issues. All those have been fixed. And she and Kosh were doing some kind of transfer. What are the Vorlaws doing? They're too mysterious. I need answers for what they're capable of, especially if, we're going to be on their side and helping them out against the shadows. Like I'd like to know who we're in bed with. But this next episode is called Voices of Authority. That makes me think of the Ministry of Peace. Are we going to get into that storyline, which is awful and needs to go? And I hope that they can start doing something about them being on Babylon 5. But, it might not be about that at all. But Voices of Authority doesn't sound like something good. So, yeah, let's get into it.
Stop that. You've been doing that all day.
It's the jacket. It doesn't fit right. Never did. I've taken it to 5 tailors. Nobody gets it to fit just right. It pulls here, right up back there. It's itchy.
What's a code 7R? I've never heard of that one before. It's nothing important. You know how the bureaucracy is always changing everything. Catch you later.
Oh, but it's their special meeting.
It's all right.
Yes.
Go on, Delenn. You were saying?
After the last war, 1,000 years ago, we believe the first ones went away forever, barely aware of our existence.
Maybe it's time we got their attention.
Is it?
Droll!
A daring and splendid idea. In doing so, you will see things no human has ever seen before.
Fun.
It will be fun.
Ah!
Assuming you're not vaporized, dissected, or otherwise killed in an assortment of supremely horrible and painful ways.
Let's hope not.
What do you know about Rangers?
Ooh, how'd you hear about them?
Nothing, why?
Eventually, I will figure it out.
He probably will.
I'm to be your new political officer.
You don't need a political officer.
No.
The Senate disagrees. Decisions made by military officers must reflect the current governmental policies. The president proposes, and the military disposes. Unless there's been a coup, no one told me.
The president
Well.
invested me with sole authority here.
And I suggest dinner at the Fresh Air restaurant in a couple of hours.
I can't. I have another appointment.
Yeah, big one.
Really? There's nothing posted on your schedule.
I just had the entire Earth bureaucracy land right on my back.
You sure did.
Look, I can't make my appointment on Epsilon 3. You'll have to go in my place. Get the information and get back as soon as you can.
She's capable.
Not a problem. Anything else you need?
A glass of whiskey, a gun, and 2 bullets.
Damn.
Understood.
He'll come around. In the meantime, I'll need you to fill me in
On what?
on whatever the captain chooses not to tell
Yeah,
me.
you're a snitch.
Just until he does come around, of course.
I don't like surprises.
Really? I love them myself. I mean, to me, everything's a surprise.
Yeah,
You're a
yeah.
surprise. This place is a surprise. I even surprise myself sometimes. So I guess
Dial
it's
it back.
me surprising you.
Hey, he likes it.
I like you.
In many ways, we have the same problem Earth does.
Earth doesn't have homeless.
Excuse me?
We don't have the problem.
What did you do?
Yes, there are some displaced people.
Crime.
Yes, there is some, but it's all caused by the mentally unstable.
Oh
And
my
we've just
goodness.
instituted correctional centers to filter them out at an early age.
You can't deal with the problems by pretending they don't exist.
That's what they're doing.
There's no need to embarrass our leaders by pointing out the flaws in our society that they're aware of and dealing with in their own way. Some people just enjoy finding fault with our leaders.
Good
I
God,
can
girl, where did you
protect
come
you.
from?
I admire your honesty and your record and your attitude. And I don't want to see anyone use those things against you. Quite frankly, I think I could come to like you quite a lot.
No. Everything she says sounds like a threat.
Well, here we are. I have set the machine so it can handle humans, and I've made sure that it can deal with my absence for several hours.
What is she gonna see?
Focus. All life forms are connected.
I see it.
Trippy.
Power that binds us.
Well, I'm not alone.
Shadows?
Excuse me. It knows I'm here. It's pulling me in. It knows I'm here. It knows my name.
Oh God! Oh shit!
Break off! I can't pull you out without killing you.
Okay, she got back.
This Earth Force 1 before it exploded. I can warn them. I can save the president.
No. It's too late.
I've wanted Santiago dead for so long. I wasn't sure we could really pull it off.
Can we get a record of that?
A normal human mind should not have been able to do that.
Well,
I saw it.
she's a latent telepath.
The image I saw. The message. Can you record it?
Yes, but how?
You can?
Please.
We must all do our part.
I don't mind doing my part. I just object to doing their part as well. It's
As I said, we must all do our part.
I guess.
It's a long story. I'll uplink the data to Garibaldi before I leave.
John?
Good luck, Captain. I think you're about to go where everyone has gone before.
Oh, damn. Ow. That was a little slut shaming.
well, it must be colder in here than I thought. I'll fix it.
If there were anything I thought could help you or your people, I'd tell you.
Then perhaps I could help you.
I appreciate that, but I don't see how.
Then maybe that's something you should work on.
Noted.
Did you know that your jacket doesn't fit, Mr. Allen?
Yes, he's quite aware. You hit him where it hurts.
Lanier?
Yeah. Take him.
He couldn't make it.
I need someone who speaks Minbari.
Oh, Marcus.
Babylon 5 security is supposed to act according to the rules of due process.
When enforcing criminal law, that's correct. But you are now an arm of the political office. And this widens the scope
Take
of
the
authority.
armband off.
You are empowered to examine station publications to ensure that they're ideologically correct. But in the coming months, certain individuals will be purged from their
This
government
is a
positions
witch
on charges
hunt.
of sedition, immoral conduct, even spying for alien governments. There may be some minor and temporary abridgments in the traditionally protected areas of speech and association, but only until this crisis is over.
Oh, yeah, sure. Only till then.
We have been betrayed on nearly every level.
I think we just found them.
Whoa.
The enemy that you fought before has returned. In order to fight the shadows, we formed an alliance with others. The Great Machine on Epsilon 3, the Minbari, the Vorlons.
I think you just hit a nerve.
I guess
Is that a
that's
yes or a no?
no?
They're not moving away. I'd say they were thinking it over.
The power is now yours, Clark. Mr. President.
God, that's it, isn't it?
I hope that's enough.
Proof we've been looking for all this time, and it practically walks in the front door. All high-ranking Earth Force comm systems carry an identifier code on
Okay,
the
good.
sub-channel.
There you go.
That code is kept top secret to prevent false orders from being given.
Okay.
It can't be faked.
Zog? What do you mean, Zog? Zog what?
My guess is Zog means no.
Like hell. I am not letting them leave here without saying yes.
Ivanova.
The Vorlon said that you wouldn't be up for a fight like this.
Oh, a
As I said in the
challenge.
last war, they carried you. You did most of the work. While you took most of the credit for it.
They may be
You
old,
got
but
the Vorlon. You don't need much more help.
they're
do we?
still pretty petty.
I mean, the Vorlons are really pretty close to perfect,
Oh!
aren't they?
She's
strong.
goading.
When it is time, come to this place. Call our name. We will be here.
Well, when is it time? Thank you. I guess. It's like an eyeball. Ah! Oh my god, it's so cool.
With the stunning revelation today of evidence purporting to show that the death of President Santiago was not an accident, but an
Oh,
assassination
here
planned
we
from within.
go.
And further, that then Vice President Clark was involved in this alleged conspiracy.
Julie Masante has been recalled to Earth to help deal with
Good.
the crisis in public morale.
What's a code 7R, huh? I
It's
looked
above
it
your
up in
pay
the books.
grade.
It ain't there.
If you got a charge to make it. Otherwise, I don't have time for this.
The rest of the day, just don't talk to me. We'll both be happier.
Fine by us. He's getting too big for his britches.
Okay then, no problem.
His
making
ill-fitting britches.
No problem at all. They'll be there when we need them.
Just curious. You
Don't.
ever hear of a code 7R?
Oh my god.
Maybe it was a new security code, something I might not have access to. I thought maybe I heard it somewhere.
Can you
and
shut the fuck
I
up?
was wrong.
I told you I could help. The Book of Jaquan. Read it. We'll talk afterward.
I mean, there might be some stuff in there.
He hates me.
The shadows are...
They all hate me.
Wow, okay. So many things happened that I wasn't expecting. I did suspect that we would get into the Ministry of Peace, but the stuff with Drawl, who is the most recent Drawl, I looked it up. I couldn't remember if he was the new one or the old one. But Ivanova going with him and seeing what she saw, wow, that ship, I guess, that they were on or whatever, with all the different colors and the eye and the electricity, that was so cool looking. And, you know, one of the first ones or whatever. And for as old as they are and above and beyond our comprehension almost, they still have some very human emotions. And Ivanova was able to play on them and use their dislike of the Vorlons to our advantage. And they're going to help at some point whenever we supposedly need them. What's their beef with the Vorlons? No telling, honestly. But still willing to help out with the shadows, which I bet it's going to come in handy. They, like, it almost reminds me of like the Eternals, you know, like the old celestial beings. But it also reminded me of like Legends of the Hidden Temple. little projection thing. That was so cool and nothing I would have expected, but it was cool to see the White Star again. I'm glad that Marcus helped, even though he was pretty apprehensive to even try to reach out, but it's to the point, and I bet we'll need them. So I think it was the right thing to do. And I love that Ivanova was able to step in and do that when the captain was, you know, busy. And Drawl was surprised of what she could do. And I think it's because she's a telepath. Was able to get back on the path, even though she saw the enemy, but it certainly didn't look like the shadows. It was like some orangey lights that knew her name. And, I mean, thankfully she was able to get back to the path, but what in the world was that? Are there other enemy, like, you know, now we have this, I don't even know what race they are, but those first ones, and then the Vorlons, like, are there other races, first ones that would team up with the shadows? I don't know. But that was a lot. It was great to see Drawl again. I love him, and I love how, like, jovial he is. He and Ivanova actually got along quite well. But, you know, Sheridan was busy with a policy officer. She was terrible, like a policy wonk who was just completely pro-government to like the worst degree, because the way she spoke, like, did she believe that bullshit that like the current government in power is beyond reproach and they're perfect and there are no problems, just look the other way? I cannot. And what she was trying to enact through the Night Watch, I mean, that's McCarthyism. Julie Masanti, she was quite something, and had Zach wrapped around her little finger. He is a problem, and, you know, ever since he put on that armband has been a problem. But he is thinking he deserves to know things he shouldn't know, and now that he doesn't get it, he's gonna tell them about our secret war council. And I mean, I would hope to think that that message that got out that proves that President Santiago was assassinated by the vice president, I would hope that that information is enough to retake EarthGov. But you know, there's gonna be people like Julie saying what she said, how it was, you know, a setup. And I don't necessarily have a lot of faith that the Senate is going to bring up charges or do what's necessary to retake the government. But at least for now, she had to leave and go back and deal with that. I mean, I bet there's just so much mess on Earth. But they can keep that shit down there, and hopefully we can, you know, deal with our stuff without their interference, at least as much as they have been, because she had to go. But now that she knows about the War Council, I'm sure that's going to come back to bite us in the ass. Thanks, Sergeant Allen. But at this point, why are they still wearing the armbands? Take them off. You don't need to be the Night Watch anymore. It's over. But it's not gonna be. I just know it. But I'm glad they were able to get that video out there without it coming back to them. And if this isn't enough, I don't know what will. I mean, I love to see Jakar trying to help. I mean, he, just like Zach, was trying to figure out what they're doing. But instead of, you know, getting mad and throwing a hissy fit about it and giving up our information, he went to Garibaldi and gave him the Jaquan to, I bet there's stuff to know in there. We've seen those shadows, and, you know, he's going to have to figure out how to read Narn, but I bet that helps. And Jakar probably needs to be a part of what we're doing here. They're going to be a part of this resistance. So I hope they bring him in at some point. It was pretty funny when Sheridan had to like kiss her when Ivanova showed up. But she didn't believe anything bad about him. But, you know, the information got to where it needed to go. And I would feel better about everything that happened if Sergeant Allen hadn't given away the information. Terrible, terrible. Just go deal with your shitty outfit and stay out of it. Man. Wow, I just can't get over that big eye, or what it looked like an eye. And it was so pretty almost, but really cool looking. And how silly almost they were to just be goaded into helping because of their hate of the Vorlons. Ivanova played it well. I mean, it worked. But it seems so elementary. But I guess some things just never change, no matter how evolved you are. So I feel progress was made here, no doubt. But you know, you always take a couple steps forward, and then you've got to deal with the blowback. And I'm sure retaking EarthGov is not going to be as easy as just releasing the info and things going right. I mean, you see the type of people who are in power right now, and they will crawl. They will do anything to keep that power. So I can just imagine what they'll come back with. But getting that out there was great, and then making contact with those first ones was also great. So I'll take the good stuff that happened over the potential bad stuff that we're gonna have to deal with down the line. But oh my God, Julie, never come back. Girl, you were far too much. Ooh, she was so like by the company line. I can't believe that. I mean, she said it all with straight face. She just believed that shit about how awful, how clearly awful the government was about everything. And she was just like, yeah, that's the way it is. Oh God, don't come back. But I don't think that'll be the last that we see of her. But I think Garibaldi handled everything well. I know he was pretty overwhelmed there at the end. But he's doing his best. And I mean, I definitely believe in our council. But I definitely think we need to bring Jakar in. So I hope that's what they do. But yeah, this is really good. And I'm excited to know where we go from here, because things are shooken up. So till then, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back soon.